From the magnificent California Theater, home of live performance today, and the proud home of performers like Will Rogers in the days of vaudeville, comes the Firecracker Film Festival Award Show, celebrating the performance and creativity of independent filmmakers with the spirit of the 4th of July. We'll announce this year's winners, meet some creative independent filmmakers of today, and celebrate the themes of freedom, independence, and self-determination. And a first today, we'll play the winning independent short films on TV across Los Angeles. Now, from the historic California Theater are your hosts for the Firecracker Film Festival Award Show, Tim Greenwood and Kassi Cruz.
Hello and welcome to the Firecracker Film Festival Award Show. I'm Tim Greenwood.
And I'm Kassi Cruz. Thanks for joining us at the amazing California Theater. You know, Tim, this theater was built at the same time some other theaters in California were built. You know,
Grauman's Chinese Theater and the Wiltern at Wilshire and Western made about the same time.
The California Theater in San Bernardino opened in 1928 as a vaudeville and movie palace.
And to those who missed it, like all of us watching today, vaudeville was not a physical place, but it was a style of live performance, like a live variety show with comedians and circus performers, dancers, singers. It was all done live on stage because television hadn't been invented yet. But they had movies. And in the films that they would play, sometimes the performers would come out right before or right after the movie and perform on stage.
Well, we saw that style this year in the film The Artist, which won the Academy Award for Best Picture. There is a scene where the movie ends and in the theater, and the performer comes out live before the audience and performs a little song and dance with his dog.
I love that part. And today, filmmakers are also live performers, and they also make independent movies.
The man who was the first to do that was Will Rogers.
That's the guy.
He was a film star, comedian, newspaper columnist, and radio humorist.
So Will Rogers was truly the king of all media before anyone thought of that term.
Well, he was Will Rogers. That's all the title he needed. He did it all.
So today, as part of the Los Angeles Regional 4th of July televised celebration, we're inspired by Will Rogers in a few different ways. This morning, we showed the 35th annual Will Rogers 10K run through Will Rogers State Park on the edge of Pacific Palisades in Los Angeles. And here at the last theater where Will Rogers performed, we're bringing you the Firecracker Film Festival Award Show, which is an independent festival putting award winners on TV and celebrating people who are multi-talented and filmmakers at the same time.
The Firecracker Film Festival is dedicated to the themes of the 4th of July. Themes that speak to independence, freedom, self-determination, or more simply put, themes that portray the 4th of July in some form. There are two categories, general submissions and student submissions. The rules are the same for both. A short film with a theme normally associated with the 4th of July, such as freedom, independence, self-determination, personal freedom, humanity, community, working together. A story, narrative, comedy, drama, documentary, historical, epic, music video, or animation.
Yeah, but why don't we include more things? Okay, so people who entered this festival this year or going online to enter through withoutabox.com, they followed the link from the firecrackerfilmfestival.com website. Now this gave them an IMDb website to promote their film just for entering the festival, and if their film is selected, well, they get aired here on TV.
We have a grand prize winner for each category who will receive a $100 cash prize for their film and will be celebrated here and aired on today's program.
So now let's hear from the Firecracker Film Festival director, Michael Anthony Pierce.
Thank you for tuning in to the 2012 Firecracker Film Festival. We have a number of great entries that were submitted this year, and we are excited to bring you those chosen as special selections, as well as show you the winners of this year's Firecracker Film Festival. So sit back and relax. Happy July 4th.
We have a lot going on at the Firecracker Film Festival, which got started in 2011 when the LA Regional 4th of July telecast came from Ontario, from their parade. And it's a city just a little east of Los Angeles in San Bernardino County.
They had a mule-powered trolley car that used to travel up and down Euclid Avenue.
Okay.
The mule pulled the passengers up the hill, and then the mule rode back on the car down the hill. A student filmmaker from England found this to be fascinating, and a story was born.
So the movie you're about to see takes us back in time to find out about the 4th of July by taking that mule car.
It stars some faces that the audience may find familiar.
Oh, well, that's right, like Ben Franklin and Betsy Ross and John Hancock.
And that time traveler guy.
I think this may be what made everybody want to submit their own movie this year.
Oh, yeah. Let's go back in time to Watch Back in Time, directed by Rob Palatina.
Now, the City of Ontario still has one of the mule cars downtown at Euclid and B Street, and I'm told that it's enclosed in glass because it still works as a time travel machine. And they don't give just anybody a key to this thing. But I'm told that on the 4th of July, if you put one hand behind the stone and tap the center plaque 3 times, the horse will come to life and the door will open. Hear that? I think it worked. Let's go find out. Wow, we made it. You know, I was told that if you get the mule in the mule car to go backward really fast, you could go back in time. And good things happen when you go up a hill backward. So you ready, number 9? Okay, here goes. Whoa. It worked. It's 1776. Let's go see what's going on Euclid Avenue. Hi, excuse me, I'm Tim Greenwood from the 4th of July television broadcast in Ontario. What's your name, sir?
I am John Hancock.
John Hancock!
Yes,
That's wonderful.
Let me give you my card.
Oh, look at that. John Hancock, President of the Continental Congress. What in the world would the head of the Continental Congress be doing out here where one day there will be in Ontario, California?
I'm here in Ontario as I'm preparing to go to Philadelphia for the signing of the Declaration of Independence, where the 13 colonies will announce our independence from England. We are going to sign the Declaration, and we're going to courier it on to England to announce that it is all over between us. And in fact, just like a high school romance, you know, it's going to take some time, but eventually they're going to get the message that it is all over between us.
And so this is breaking up using the world's longest and first text message.
Exactly. It's like the world's biggest text message. And in fact, I'm going to sign the Declaration of Independence with my name printed exactly like this, larger than anyone else's, so that fat old King George can read it without his spectacles.
That would be successful. He might be able to read it from here. Now, since you do know so very much, Mr. Hancock,
yes?
Might you tell me where I would find Betsy Ross, who's making the flag for the new country?
Well, you know, we asked one of the generals in our army, George Washington, to become the new king of our new country. But he declined unless the position was going to be the president.
So he's the man who would not be king.
Exactly. That's very, very good. So instead, he took over control of the army, and he hired Betsy Ross to sew our first national flag. And if I am not mistaken, I believe she can be found in this direction.
Oh, this must be Betsy Ross's house. I'll bet they'll try to fix that one day. Oh. Well, hello, Miss Ross. I'm Tim Greenwood from OntarioParade.com.
Parade?
Yes.
Ontario?
Yes. Yeah, well, they said that you would be the person to talk to about sewing the new flag for the country.
Won't you come in? Come on. One, two, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All done.
Miss Ross, you have an amazing collection of flags around here, and they're from all the colonies, and they show so much history.
Oh, yes, I know. I know the person who made every one.
Oh, you're all friends?
Well, yes, we keep track of each other.
Oh, through wax-sealed messages hand-carried by couriers?
Oh, no, we stay connected with this. There's Louisa Marvin. And there's Camille Smithson. And there, of course, is my page. And I like sewing, forming countries, and the red, white, and blue.
Oh, Miss Ross, I understand you're sewing a new flag for a country yet to be called the United States of America.
Oh, that is after I won the contest.
So you won a contest, that's what got his attention.
Oh, yes, I won Best Seamstress Award in the soon-to-be America's Got Talent.
A penny saved is a, let's see here, a penny saved is it's 1/10 of an ounce of copper. It is. Why, I can keep that going until about 1982.
Oh, look, there's Ben Franklin.
Hello, Ben Franklin.
Well, hello.
It is so nice to see you. Welcome to what will be Ontario, California one day.
Well, thank you, Tim.
Gosh, now I hear you have wonderful plans for what will be the United States of America.
Why, yes, I do. I think we need a proud and noble symbol, something to keep us on track with becoming a proud and noble country. What I think we need, Tim, is a national bird. And I propose the wild turkey. And it doesn't steal food from other birds.
I see, yeah.
Ben, it's starting to rain. Why don't you go fly a kite?
Oh, yes, I will. Goodbye.
Well, I guess we better get back too and get back in time for the parade, so let's go.
Oh, Tim, did you take some liberties with this story?
Well...
I've seen it all. And I'm known for being stubborn when I feel I'm right, you know. The reason for the Independence Day celebration is the anniversary of the first signatures on the Declaration of Independence, right?
Check.
Ben Franklin wanted the wild turkey instead of the bald eagle as the national bird.
Check.
Other facts in the story?
Other facts, a little checkered. But you know, they can always check with their teacher or visit the Ontario Public Library. Okay, engine number 9, you ready to go back? Let's go. We're back. Wow. And that's it. That's how the 4th of July started, was the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And we got to meet those people. That's cool. I think we should get out of here now.
The Firecracker Film Festival Award Show is brought to you by the Academy of Radio and Television Broadcasting. 25 years of being state and federally accredited. Not everyone is in the world of post-secondary education. ARBradio.com or 714-842-0100. Attention! If you're 18 years or older and have ever thought of getting into radio or TV, call 714-842-0100 right now. The Academy of Radio and TV is looking for a limited number of people to train for exciting careers in radio and TV. Classes fill fast, so call 714-842-0100. At the Academy, you'll get hands-on training in our state-of-the-art broadcast studios. Call for your appointment. Financial aid is available if qualified. Call 714-842-0100.
Hi, I'm Rex Miser, Rex Talent Management, and I would love to introduce my amazing talent to you.
Hi, I'm Min Wen, film director and consultant for Rex Talent Management.
I'm Paul Otson.
Hi, my name is Grant Furs.
Jorge Rodas here.
Amber Urban.
Seamus O'Reilly.
I'm Lauren First.
My name is Billy Kang.
I'm Brenda Miranda.
Haley Gabriel. Dumont Mars.
Hi, I'm Amber Barbell.
I'm Julie Daniels.
I'm Gustav Sage.
I'm Cameron Radice. Initiative.
Compassionate.
Excellent.
Proactive.
Connected.
Communication.
Awesome.
Family.
Best.
Commitment.
Loyal.
Caring.
Cool.
Spectacular. Rex Talent Management.
Rex Talent Management.
Rex Talent Management.
Rex Talent Management
Is the place to be.
Is the place to be.
It's the place to be.
Rex Talent Management is the place to be.
Stay tuned for the first ever live telecast of the 64th Annual Pacific Palisades Parade. The Americanism Parade begins at 2 p.m. on this channel. Stay right where you are.
Welcome back to the Firecracker Film Festival Awards Show 2012. I'm Kassi Cruz.
And I'm Tim Greenwood.
Hey Tim, if time travel did exist, what date would you visit?
Well, I want to go back to a time when life had moral values and ethics, and we had the chance to create an opportunity for everybody to pursue happiness.
You mean 4th of July, 1776. Don't you? Where representatives from 13 colonies got together to create one of the two most important documents of our history, the Declaration of Independence, right?
Yeah, to watch the birth of our nation in action with our forefathers scribing a document that states we hold these truths to be self-evident. Everybody should already know this, but we're writing it down anyway, that all men are created equal. They're endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
I think we as a nation have forgotten the struggles our forefathers went through when they created this document and our Constitution. I mean, really, the 4th of July has become a holiday, a party, a day off. But what this day really represents is the struggle for our freedom from dictators, tyrants, and monarchs. This nation was given birth on July 4th, 1776, because of our forefathers' visions, dedications, and God's grace to create a free nation governed by its people.
No, I thought we were here to celebrate independent filmmakers.
Well, yeah, you're right. But before we move on, I just want to thank God, our 56 forefathers, and all our military men and women that continue to keep our nation free, including my deceased father, Jimmy Cruz, and my brother, Mark Cruz, who both served their country in the Marines.
I think that's important. That's what today is really about.
Really is.
Now, speaking of the 4th of July, 1776, the birth of our nation, Kassi, what if I told you that that may not be the nation's only birthday?
What?
Well, more accurately, it could be one of several birthdays that we have.
Okay, you better explain yourself, mister, because something does not seem right.
I was really interested to meet this guy. Historian and author Stan Kloss lets his kids tell the story. It's titled Happy Birthdays, plural, America.
Okay, I gotta see this.
September 4th, 1774.
July 4th, 1776. September 3rd, 1773.
September 17th, 1787.
Happy birthdays, USA!
Woo! September 4th, 1774. Happy birthday, USA!
On this date, the American colonial delegates caucused for the first time at the Philadelphia Tavern. Here they discussed where they should have their first meeting and who should be their president. The next morning on September 5th, they reassembled at the tavern and walked 2 blocks over to Carpenter's Hall. And here they formed the Continental Congress of the United Colonies of America. This Congress would wage and win a war for independence against Great Britain.
September 4th, 1774. Happy birthday, America! Happy USA!
Wait. This was not the birthday of the United States, as we were still colonies. It was July 2nd, 1776 that we initially declared our independence from Great Britain. Richard Henry Lee, a delegate from Virginia, drafted this resolution. Resolved that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved. Future President John Adams wrote his wife Abigail on that very day, saying, the second day of July 1776. It ought to be commemorated as a day of deliverance by solemn acts of devotion to God Almighty. It ought to be solemnized with pomp and parade, with shrews, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other from this time forward and forevermore. July 2nd, 1776. Happy birthday, USA!
Hold it. You guys are both wrong. It required all 13 states to vote for independence from Great Britain, and New York held out on Richard Henry Lee's resolution. It was Thomas Jefferson and his Committee of Five who wrote the Declaration of Independence, and Congress passed on July 4th, 1776, not July 2nd. Everyone knows 4th of July is America's birthday. July 4th, 1776. Happy birthday, USA!
No. The Declaration of Independence was not a constitution forming the United States. It was simply a name the 13 colonies used to declare their independence. Today, countries like France, Italy, Germany, and others are doing the same thing, calling themselves the European Union. It wasn't until November 15th, 1777, in York, Pennsylvania, that the 13 independent states formed a perpetual union. The Constitution was called the Articles of Confederation, naming the new country the United States of America. November 15th, 1777, happy birthday to the Perpetual Union of the United States of America.
Now you got that all wrong too. The 1777 Constitution required all 13 states to ratify the new Articles of Confederation to form the nation of the United States of America. This wasn't done until the last state, Maryland, signed the Articles on March 1st, 1781. The aerial frigate commanded by the gallant John Paul Jones fired a feu de joie and was beautifully decorated with a variety of streamers in the day and ornamented with a brilliant appearance. First, 1781. Happy birthday, USA!
Oh, wait. You're all wrong. 1781, there was still a war to be fought. Everyone, except France and the Dutch, thought that America was just a bunch of rebel colonies. And the only reason France and the Dutch didn't think so is because Britain took away their land in the Americas. It wasn't until September 3rd, 1783, in which John Jay, John Adams, and Benjamin Franklin went over to France to negotiate the Treaty of Paris, in which we were recognized as a country by the entire world. September 3rd, 1783. Happy birthday, America.
Yeah, right.
The United States really started on September 17th, 1787, the day the Philadelphia Convention passed our current Constitution. You know, the one that starts with "We the People." This Constitution formed the United States of America. Come on, everyone knows George Washington was the first president of the United States, not Samuel Huntington under the hippie constitution called the Articles of Confederation. September 17th, 1787. Happy birthday, USA!
What do you mean, 1787? George Washington wasn't president until 1789. Now, I don't know about all this talk with taverns and everything, but the first Constitution, the Articles of Confederation, required all 13 states to ratify. Now, the last state to ratify, Rhode Island, ratified on May 29th, 1790, therefore making that the happy birthday of the United States.
Kate's, Lou, Eileene, Zachman, Alexandra, Chris Close, Risha, and Nikki Nick, thank you so much for this wonderful Thanksgiving Day present. We are truly blessed to be born in the USA. Always remember, time doesn't fly. It's an illusion. Time stands still, and we pass all too quickly through it.
Thank you, troops, for our freedom. Happy birthday, USA! Woo!
We have an inspiring young filmmaker whose vision for a new method of distribution may inspire you. Xander Denke is currently producing season 5 of a digitally distributed show called The Jace Hall Show, as well as producing Before the Anarchy for Kurt Sutter and the Sons of Anarchy on FX. Xander, how did you get into this business?
I got right out of college, came here, straight right here, started working as a PA on a bunch of different shows, and from there I was also an executive assistant to an Academy Award-winning producer. Oh. And then right after that I went to Sundance with a film, helped them kind of coordinate it all, sort of doing some behind-the-scenes work, and then I started writing right after that, focusing on story. And that moved right into working for HD Films. I wrote a pilot for them and then was asked to produce season 5 of Jace Hall Show. And that moved to Sons of Anarchy. So I'm kind of balancing a lot of things. But it's been very natural, very organic, a lot of long hours and a lot of hard work.
I understand that you have a new method for distribution, like really basically a new model. Could you share that with us?
Yeah, well, I mean, the people right now, they want what they want, when they want, on what they want.
Right.
So, you know, we're getting tired of the Hollywood model of go to the theater to see it from this date to this date,
right.
Wait 6 months, and then get it on DVD, Blu-ray, and then you can own it. You know, we want it right now, and so as filmmakers are creating content, whether it's breaking it up into pieces and putting it out as episodes, or even just finding online distribution platforms like Netflix or Hulu or Xbox Live, getting it out there really is a huge step. Before, the Hollywood had closed doors, and now you can actually get stuff out there and really be making stuff constantly, and make money on the way back. So it's good.
Wow, that is really exciting, because that model creates a new method and a new medium for people to really get their films out there in a much faster way.
Yes.
More immediate.
Yes, and the feedback is immediate.
Wow, that is cool. That is very cool. Thanks, Xander, for your time. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Hi, I'm Rex Miser, Rex Talent Management, and I would love to introduce my amazing talent to you.
Hi, I'm Min Wen, film director and consultant for Rex Talent Management.
I'm Paul Otson.
Hi, my name is Grant First.
Jorge Rodas here.
Amber Urban.
Seamus O'Reilly.
I'm Lauren First.
My name is Billy Kang.
I'm Brenda Miranda.
Haley Gabriel. Dumont Mars.
Hi, I'm Amber Barbell. I'm Julie Daniels.
I'm Gustav Sage.
I'm Cameron Radice. Initiative.
Compassionate.
Excellent. Proactive.
Connected.
Communication.
Awesome.
Family.
Best.
Commitment.
Loyal.
Caring. Cool.
Spectacular. Rex Talent Management.
Rex Talent Management.
Rex Talent Management.
Rex Talent Management.
Is the place to be.
Is the place to be.
It's the place to be.
Rex Talent Management is the place to be.
The Firecracker Film Festival Award Show is brought to you by the Academy of Radio and Television Broadcasting. 25 years of being state and federally accredited. Not everyone is in the world of post-secondary education. ARBradio.com or 714-842-0100. Attention! If you're 18 years or older and have ever thought of getting into radio or TV, call 714-842-0100 right now. The Academy of Radio and TV is looking for a limited number of people to train for exciting careers in radio and TV. Classes fill fast, so call 714-842-0100. At the Academy, you'll get hands-on training in our state-of-the-art broadcast studios. Call for your appointment. Financial aid is available if qualified. Call 714-842-0100. Stay tuned for the first ever live telecast of the 64th Annual Pacific Palisades Parade. The Americanism Parade begins at 2 p.m. on this channel. Stay right where you are.
Well, Tim, it's time for a short funny.
Oh, cool.
Just like SNL has digital shorts, we have beatnik chicks.
All right.
Finger click your way to the blast from the past with these hit chicks. See you on the flip side.
Cool.
I love you. Goodbye. Nights of memories alone, staring at your pictures. Never letting someone in, not even you. Never believing in you. The lies that cut the deepest is the pain we feel. No trust between us two. Together, but kept away from loving one another. The pain can't cut deeper. My one and only I have said, but never felt so before. In nights of loneliness, do you think of me sometimes, alone again with no one else to blame? A victim of circumstance? I think not. By my own hand I shot the arrow that breaks my soul. But words are mere dreams, intentions nothing more. Actions scream, and I haven't heard a thing. To free you for you to become happy is the best that I can give. Unhappy with situations made, karma is not always kind. I should write a poem about you, teaching me the value true love two can share. I wish I knew you still, but time has no feelings, only time to spare.
Well, snap, snap, we are back and ready for an entry from the student category. Elaine Alanis was born and raised in Texas. Now, she decided to go back to school in 2011 to gain more knowledge about filmmaking at Los Angeles City College. And we'd like to give her a big round of applause for her second venture in filmmaking with this short entitled Forgiven and Set Free.
For every woman who experiences an abortion, there is a man and family associated. It is also common that post-abortion stress syndrome will follow. Past affects families, athletes, relationships, women, men, and students. Past does not discriminate.
Never heard of post-abortion syndrome. I can kind of guess what it is, and I think that you know, like that's a big decision. No matter which side of the issue you stand on, I think it's a huge decision. So, just like any other traumatic experience, I mean, I could see it having a pretty deep effect on people.
I have heard about post-abortion stress syndrome, and I personally don't know anybody who has it, but I mean, I guess it's something that, you know, usually happens after having an abortion, you know, for somebody who didn't expect for it to be that way, you know, thinking, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and have an abortion, you know, and then, you know, later all of these feelings come along with it, you know, you don't know what's going to happen after.
I was with my first boyfriend, and we had already had a child. I became pregnant at the age of 19, had my first baby at 20. At 21, I was pregnant with my second baby.
I thought that if I was smart enough and I was very intelligent, probably I would be accepted and I would be loved and being caring. And I put all my energy on my books, and I wanted to be somebody important. Through my years university, I focused all my energy on my studies to fill the emptiness that I have on my heart, on my life. When I met this gentleman and started getting out with him and have a relationship as dating, and soon we start having a sexual relationship, and from that I got pregnant, and then everything changed in my life.
I was in a relationship where it was physically abusive, and therefore when I became pregnant at 21, we both agreed, because our relationship was not a stable one, we both agreed that it was best to have an abortion. It was a decision that we both made together. However, and it promised me a way out of that relationship if I chose to have that abortion.
I was involved in a pregnancy when I was way too young to be, and we made that decision together. And I mean, even today, this is like 10 years ago, even today there are times that, you know, I think about it, and you know, it's one of those things that doesn't particularly put me in a good mood when I'm thinking about it. So I have no idea how women relate to that, but I know that it was something that bothered me when it happened, and when I think about it 10 years down the line, it still bothers me.
For men, the abortion issue is a paradox. At a time when men are changing roles and becoming increasingly involved raising their children, they are systematically denied the right to be involved in life or death decisions affecting their unborn children. This powerlessness takes its toll not only on the male self-image, but it can bring on role conflict, excessive guilt, depression, and often the end of the relationship with his partner.
I know several people, and I personally had one myself, and it wasn't a very easy process. It was very difficult, you know, depending on the person, you know, the woman. It's gonna vary, you know, what happens after, but it's a very difficult process. I mean, personally, it was for me.
I was angry at God. It was at a point it was one of my lowest point, where after the abortion, I was a very broken woman. I was a woman that could not love herself and could not love others either. And I know that it was because of the abortions. I was broken. I was broken inside. Everything, all my roles as a mother, I could not withhold, because I never felt good enough to be a mother. I never felt good enough to be a daughter. I never felt good enough to be anything. And that was the aftermath of the abortions.
I remember that I went through different episodes of getting suicidal. Once I tried to jump from a bridge on the freeway, and people need to hold me because I was jumping into the freeway, and they called the ambulance and they took me to a mental hospital. So that way I will try to be rescued and be alive. The next time I just grab a knife and trying to cut myself from whatever part of my body, and ended all the pain that I was having because of this abortion. Then the third time I just wanted to take a bunch of pills, and ended it, the pain and the shame and the accusation that I was having because I had this abortion.
If I recognize one of my friends having, some trouble because of an abortion, yeah, and if I knew a place where they could go and get help, or at least be able to talk about it to like a professional, I would definitely recommend it to them, definitely.
I looked for programs, you know, and it was really hard for me to cope, so I wanted to find places where I can just go and, you know, like de-stress and, you know, vent. And it was just really hard for me because I had nobody around me, you know, that that understood what I was going through.
As time went by, I accepted the Lord into my heart. I accepted Jesus into my heart. And when I accepted Jesus, things started changing. And the first thing that God started talking to me in my heart was about the abortions. That's how I came to be able to realize and was able to come out of denial, because the Lord started prompting me in my heart of something that I had done, not in a condemning way, but more in a loving way, because God loved me that much, to the point where there was a point in my life that I could not love myself. But I knew God loved me more than I could ever love myself. And that was a turning point for me when God found me at my very lowest point of my life.
The only hope that I knew it very deep into my heart was I needed God. And I needed Him to forgive me what I did wrong. And I needed Him to accept me. And I needed a second chance from Him. I remember the day I prayed to Him and I went into my knees, even that didn't knew Him the way I know Him now. I asked, if you forgive me, please just let me know that you really forgive me. And it's just, I feel it on my heart. I know that you really did it.
I want to encourage any woman or men that have gone through an abortion to seek healing. I find a lot of people choose not to. I guess they don't believe it's possible for them. But I want to encourage them that yes, there is healing. It's very possible, and it's a new way of life when you have been healed and set free from the shame of your past.
There's centers, if there's programs, if there's anything like that, I encourage everybody and anybody who knows anybody or anybody that had an abortion to go for it, because it'll help you out a lot.
When a loved one passes away, they're given a proper burial. When a child is born, they're given a name. However, when a child is aborted, the parents are never given permission to mourn their loss. Even if a child never lived outside the womb, he or she deserves a name. Having a name for that child allows a person to talk about their loss in a personal way, and will give them the peace of being forgiven and set free.
I know this really hurts for those of you who wish you would've gave that baby birth, but it's too late now, cause your child ain't around. I know it hurts to your core, that guilt is weighing you down, but I've got good news as I'm healing for your hurts. Christ Jesus came, he descended to the earth, but he ain't come for good people or even the just. He came into the world just for sinners like us. So yeah, he's really grieved when we take our baby's life, cause he made him, but he came to save us from our plight. He came shining light that he could save us from our night. Erase us all the shame, homie, he can make us right. Confess it and believe in the one who paid your cost. He died in your place, there's forgiveness at the cross.
Elaine, glad to see a subject that has so much controversy be treated with dignity and grace. Talk about dignity. Our next guest is one of the finest fellows I know. His career spans back to when he was an opening act for Don Rickles and George Carlin in Vegas. Ray Bankston not only is an actor, performer, and a world-famous photographer, but also is an editor and director for independent features. He has created over 40 documentary, television, and promotional projects, including award-winning In the Line of Fire. He recently finished shooting 2 family-friendly features back-to-back, Alone Yet Not Alone and To Heaven to Hold. Thank you, Ray, for being here.
Wow, I'm exhausted. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff.
You're busy.
Wow. I make a great fried chicken, I cook, and I like long walks along the beach. I'm just kidding.
Well, you know, I wanted to ask you, what advice do you have for young filmmakers?
Make films, and make more films.
Wow, you want them to make films.
Absolutely. Get out there, make as many films as you can. Learn how to write, find a good story, write the story, find an inexpensive camera, use your iPhone, use your iPad, whatever you can, get out there. It's easier than ever to get out and shoot now. It used to cost a fortune to get a camera. And then you have to go in and edit it, and you have to go to those places, really expensive places with really expensive equipment.
Right.
Now you can buy a little computer, a laptop, and you can cut your film out on that laptop. You can put it on YouTube or Vimeo or whatever on the internet.
Right.
And you're making films, you're telling stories. Tell stories, make films.
A lot of opportunity to do that now.
Absolutely,
practice.
Absolutely no discussion.
What is your next venture?
My next venture, well, I got to finish my 2 adventures right now, and they are adventures indeed, I will say. I'm finishing up the 2 films that I just finished directing, and when I'm done with that, I got TV shows, 2 TV shows I'm going to start. They're reality-based TV shows, and then I have a comedy western that I'm in development with right now, and I'm hoping to be doing that because I like to make people laugh.
You do,
yes,
and
I do.
You are very good for
Well,
the
thank
man.
you so much, so are you.
Thanks a lot for being here with us.
Thanks.
Ray. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Rex Miser, Rex Talent Management, and I would love to introduce my amazing talent to you.
Hi, I'm Min Wen, film director and consultant for Rex Talent Management.
I'm Paul Watson.
Hi, my name is Grant First.
Jorge Rodas here.
Amber Urban. Seamus O'Reilly.
I'm Lauren First.
My name is Billy Kang.
I'm Brenda Miranda.
Haley Gabriel. Dumont Mars.
Hi, I'm Amber Barbell.
I'm Julie Daniels.
I'm Gustav Sage.
I'm Cameron Radice. Initiative.
Compassionate.
Excellent.
Proactive.
Connected.
Communication.
Awesome.
Family.
Best.
Commitment.
Loyal.
Caring.
Cool. Spectacular. Rex Talent Management.
Rex Talent Management.
Rex Talent Management.
Rex Talent Management.
Is the place to be.
Is the place to be.
It's the place to be.
Rex Talent Management is the place to be.
Firecracker Film Festival Award Show is brought to you by the Academy of Radio and Television Broadcasting. 25 years of being state and federally accredited. Not everyone is in the world of post-secondary education. ARBradio.com or 714-842-0100. Attention! If you're 18 years or older and have ever thought of getting into radio or TV, call 714-842-0100 right now. The Academy of Radio and TV is looking for a limited number of people to train for exciting careers in radio and TV. Classes fill fast, so call 714-842-0100. At the Academy, you'll get hands-on training in our state-of-the-art broadcast studios. Call for your appointment. Financial aid is available if qualified. Call 714-842-0100. Stay tuned for the first ever live telecast of the 64th Annual Pacific Palisades Parade. The Americanism Parade begins at 2 p.m. on this channel. Stay right where you are.
Well, it's that time again for a little laugh with those two wacky beatnik chicks.
Words, words, words. Carefully placed words. What meaning shape the words we speak? How you say is what you say. Words with no shape is like a storm with no wind, an ocean with no water, a soda with no fizz.
Our next guest is Kim Bass. Now, this writer, producer, director will discuss the art of taking movies from concept to cash flow. His movies Junkyard Dog and Kill Speed were recently released on all home entertainment platforms. Junkyard Dog is a psychological thriller starring Vivica A. Fox from Kill Bill and Brad Dourif from Lord of the Rings. It was released on May 15th. And Kill Speed, a fast-paced, high-flying, youth-oriented action drama, was released on June 12th and has several familiar stars who succeed in grabbing our attention, including Tom Arnold as a trailer trash meth cooker, Robert Patrick as the President of the United States, and former boy band heartthrob Nick Carter as one of the Fly Guys. Kill Speed is full of high-speed aerial action in the tradition of Top Gun. Bass himself is a commercial-rated jet pilot. He expressed his enthusiasm by explaining the airplanes are real in his movie, and he directed most of the flight sequences in the air. So being able to shoot them without computer-generated images was very exciting. Now, the planes were flying at 300 to 500 miles per hour, and sometimes upside down to get the shots. You can check out Kim Bass and all of his films at www.bassentertainmentpictures.com. Welcome, Kim. Good to see you on the Firecracker Film Festival.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Now, you're known for being a funny man, but both of these movies are serious action, thriller genre movies with a little humor peppered in. So I wanted to ask, could you describe your method of storytelling and why, in your writing, you have such a variety?
Well, first of all, I think that comedy comes from truth. And so I think that every story starts with the truth and you move forward. As far as actually putting humor in my films, I just can't help it. Simple as that.
Well, you had the humor TV background, so tell us about your transition from writing for TV to writing for independent features.
Well, the television writing was an adventure. I was very fortunate to be hired to write on In Living Color. We had a lot of fun. But when I was a little kid, I always just wanted to make movies. So once I had done some work on television that got enough recognition, I was able to then start selling screenplays. And then as as it is cliche here in Hollywood, I always wanted to direct, so I was able to barter my way onto a set as a director through my writing.
So what's the best thing about being an independent filmmaker? What do you credit your success to?
Well, I think that if you define success as being able to make movies, then I'll accept that definition. You know, you have to stick to what you believe. You have to have a lot of good people around you, talented people. On my films, the last 3 films that I've done, I had a fantastic producer in Deanna Shapiro, who's a good friend of mine. She works really hard. Post-production, I partnered with Digital Jungle, worked with Kassi Cruz and Dennis Ho, and it's really about putting a good team together. Because you can't make movies by yourself. They always say a film by a certain director, but you know, and then at the end of the film, when the credits roll, you see 300 or 400 or 500 names.
So it's a director and 500 of their closest friends.
Exactly.
Okay. Could you share your next venture with us? What's up?
Up next is a picture called The Unbroken. It's a Western, a youth-oriented action love story. So it's looking forward to making it. We're going to be shooting in Nevada.
I appreciate you dropping by the Firecracker Film Festival today.
Well, I appreciate you having me here, and it's been a pleasure.
Fantastic. We have more to come, more filmmakers and more films, so don't go away.
Hi, I'm Rex Miser, Rex Talent Management, and I would love to introduce my amazing talent to you.
Hi, I'm Min Wen, film director and consultant for Rex Talent Management.
I'm Paul Lotzi.
Hi, my name is Grant Furs.
Jorge Rodas here.
Amber Urban.
Seamus O'Reilly.
I'm Lauren Furs.
My name is Billy Kang.
I'm Brenda Miranda.
Haley Gabriel. Dumont Mars.
Hi, I'm Amber Barbell.
I'm Julie Daniels.
I'm Gustav Sage.
I'm Cameron Radice. Initiative.
Compassionate.
Excellent.
Proactive.
Connected.
Communication.
Awesome.
Family.
Best.
Commitment.
Loyal.
Caring.
Cool. Spectacular. Rex Talent Management.
Rex Talent Management
Rex Talent Management
Rex Talent Management
is the place to be.
Is the place to be.
It's the place to be.
Rex Talent Management is the place to be.
The Firecracker Film Festival Award Show is brought to you by the Academy of Radio and Television Broadcasting. 25 years of being state and federally accredited. Not everyone is in the world of post-secondary education. ARBradio.com or 714-842-0100. Attention! If you're 18 years or older and have ever thought of getting into radio or TV, call 714-842-0100 right now. The Academy of Radio and TV is looking for a limited number of people to train for exciting careers in radio and TV. Classes fill fast, so call 714-842-0100. At the Academy, you'll get hands-on training in our state-of-the-art broadcast studios. Call for your appointment. Financial aid is available if qualified. Call 714-842-0100. Stay tuned for the first ever live telecast of the 64th Annual Pacific Palisades Parade. The Americanism Parade begins at 2 p.m. on this channel. Stay right where you are.
This entry was submitted to us by Bruce Ando, and it's called Never Forget. Let's watch.
Throughout our history, there have been those who answered the call to defend freedom, oppose tyranny, and free the oppressed. All gave some, and some gave all. They were with us then, they are with us now in body or in spirit. We will be visiting memorials built in their honor, both large and small, throughout our country and beyond. Please join us this week as we visit the memorial at Mount Soledad in San Diego, California. On this episode of Never Forget, Mount Soledad is a unique memorial that honors veterans as well as active military, both living and deceased, from all United States wars and conflicts. Its 6 concentric walls were added in the mid-1990s and will ultimately hold 3,200 black granite plaques. Every one of these plaques tells the unique story of a veteran's or a unit's military service. Today we'll hear some of these stories from the veterans themselves, as well as the family members of those who have passed.
Stories? Oh yeah, there's stories up here.
Dating back to World War I, the Missing Man ceremonial flyby honors those military personnel who've gone before us, many who gave their lives in the line of duty, as well as those who were some of the most honorable fighters.
I have so much respect for the veterans that are on this wall, and I wish that more families would see to it that their veterans are on this wall, because the walls wouldn't. But here's a little ensign that was awarded the Navy Cross. This is extremely rare. They don't give ensigns Navy Crosses. But what he did is he actually saved his whole little squadron. They were out having a little fight on an aircraft carrier or something, and actually it's called for extraordinary heroism, attacking enemy fleet near Cebu. He was wounded and damaged, and he saved his crew. He landed in the sea and he was rescued.
The Medal for the Distinguished Flying Cross. He was in a bomber, and the bombs became stuck in the bomb bay. This is him here. So I had that written here. Harold, the pilot of a B-17, was cited for his bravery in flight by hand-releasing bombs stuck in the bomb bay while on a combat mission over Europe. It was the only way to release the bombs so they could land safely. So he had to separate himself from the flight squadron. That meant he went away from the protection of the fighters that accompanied the bombers, so he could safely, by hand in freezing weather, climb down into the bomb bay and with a hammer release the bombs. And it was called the Bachelor's Delight.
Anyway, John Finn, he's really a character. Everybody just loves the guy. He's 96. He can remember names like nobody else. But at the time his medal was to be bestowed upon him, he told the Admiral of Kimmel, who wanted to give it to him, that he wanted his wife to give him the medal. And Admiral Kimmel said, well, you know, John, tradition in the Navy says that it's either your commanding officer, the highest ranking officer at the base, or the President of the United States will bestow you a Medal of Honor around your neck. And John said, well, in other words, my wife can't do it? That's correct, John. He said, well, in that case, I don't want it.
Street 24 was one of the highlights of my life. And serving with you, Skipper, was the highlight of the highlight. I have thought of you both fondly and frequently over the years. Can still see and smell Ralph smoking those cigars in the hot seat. Was shot down a number of times and laughed at. How about humiliated even more? This is the one that almost chewed him up. Yes, it broke his foot and gashed his calf and then missed him. And the other one hit behind his head. He came in to land and he landed first, and then Matt came in on top of him and he told Thomas not to turn, but by that time it was over. This is General Hutchinson, and I'll tell you about this. Hutch and your grandfather were in an Operation Labrador They were trying to do a non-stop from Labrador to Rota, Spain, only refueling in air. Hutch flew one plane, and your grandfather refueled him. After the mission was over, it was real touchy. Somebody knocked on my door. It was Hutch, and he had the biggest old bottle of perfume. And he said, TG gave me the last bit of fuel he could.
Oh yeah, there's stories up here. So what we have here is we have Willie, who's got a broken wheel or a broken leg on his Jeep. And you notice it says Calvary right on the bumper. So to put it out of his misery, he's taking his .45 and shooting his Jeep. This is probably the most famous cartoon of the Second World War.
I was in 18th Tank Battalion, Company A. So when I went to be interviewed by the captain, he says, "You're a new member of the A Company." I said, "Yes." I was in the headquarters company. He says, "Well, I'll put you in my tank." And I said, "I got in his tank." And he never went up to the front, the bastard. He was always in the back. It's good for me. I'll tell you another bad thing is when there's a dogfight, they're shooting this way, they're shooting that way. The shell casings, they're not but that big, they're 50 caliber. They hit you on top of the head of them, make a hole in your helmet. You know, they drop maybe 1,000 rounds in 2 minutes, and all those shells are falling.
I remember coming up here as a youth, and this sure has changed up here in many ways. I like this memorial though, it's great, and I'm glad to see it's here. This is my dad's flag right here, Norman Groove. Assigned to Alaska during the Korean War, he ski patrolled the mountains and the valleys near Anchorage, Alaska. My dad, because he went gray very early, was known as the Silver Fox. That's his tagline there. Norm never knew a stranger. My dad was really quite well known and beloved.
Danielle Agnello's career in the arts began when she moved to Los Angeles in 2003. Agnello then wrote, directed, and produced the award-winning indie feature Lime Salted Love, which is currently airing on Showtime's The Movie Channel.
As a film director, Danielle says that she has always stayed away from political projects and decided long ago that she was only interested in human stories. When the opportunity arose to put together a short film, the idea of Cowboy and Indians, The Great Diversion, seemed like a chance for her to create those stereotypical character types and turn them upside down. The thing that gets lost in all of this, and probably what is the most important, is that these are human stories that are real people. And she has spent a lot of time talking to people she doesn't know, and she has come to realize that they are willing to believe anything that flashes across a television set. Maybe some of those people will see a truth in her project.
Gustavo! Gustavo! Gustavo, mira, güey! ¿Dónde vas? ¿Dónde vas?
You see, Juan, anger, I believe, is a great gift from the Creator. But we must be aware of the line that exists between anger and hate. It is the line we cross that allows us to commit illegal acts against each other. It's the line we cross when the focus is on bailing buckets instead of fixing the hole. It's the line we cross when our focus is on ponds, jumping over fences, instead of on jobs that are going in the opposite direction. This no longer is a world with borders. And if we think that the Chinese, across some imaginary line, making a hammer for a few cents on the dollar is not our concern, we can keep on bailing buckets. Because the race is to the bottom.
Well, you know, Kassi, I spoke with Trudy Sandmeyer. She's very important. She supervises the Will Rogers State Park Trust, and she mentioned to me that they play one of Will Rogers' many movies every year near the anniversary of his passing. So this summer, next month, on August 11th at Will Rogers State Park, they'll be playing A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, and it's free to the public.
That's cool.
They do it outdoors at night. It's on the lawn right next to his house, and it's a great event, and it's free admission in the state park, and everybody can learn more if they go to this website. Let's go now to our Firecracker Film Festival director, Michael Anthony Pierce, to announce the winners of this year's Firecracker Film Festival.
And now it's time to announce our winners of the 2012 Firecracker Film Festival. We want to thank all of you who participated in making this event such a success. Now, for the winners. For the general category, Bruce Ando for Never Forget. And for the student category, Elaine Alanes for Forgiven and Set Free. And be sure to visit our website, firecrackerfilmfestival.com, so you can enter your film in our competition next year. Once again, I'm Michael Anthony Pierce, director of the Firecracker Film Festival. Thank you. Have a happy 4th of July.
With technology on your side and the opportunity to find new ways to distribute your ideas, be inventive and resourceful. And remember, this is a business, but there is no business without the show.
And that's show business. We're at a wrap. We're at the end of the program already.
Wow, well, we'll miss you.
Well, we'll see you next year for the 2013 Firecracker Film Festival. You can start making your films now, and remember to submit them online at firecrackerfilmfestival.com. Be sure to click the Without a Box link for registration and getting your own Internet Movie Database or IMDb page of recognition, okay?
That's pretty cool.
That's very cool. Okay, happy 4th of July, everyone. Keep on celebrating with us by watching the 64th Annual Pacific Palisades Parade live right here from Sunset Boulevard coming up next.
I'm Kassi Cruz.
I'm Tim Greenwood. Happy 4th of July.